Hey, Read Through the Word. Today is May 26th, and today's lesson is called Faithful. May 26th! Can y'all believe this? Didn't we just say it was May 1st? It's like going by fast, and here we are. So, we've done January, February, March, April, May. So we're almost finishing up our 5th month of reading through the Bible this year. Very excited. And I know I need to give everybody a pep talk soon. And as far as if you've fallen behind, it's okay. Hop back in with us. And when you get a chance, you can go back and get some of the things you missed. Just make sure you're marking things completed in your reading so you know you can go back and look at. So today's lesson, we are looking at 1 Kings 4, 20 and 21. Let's see, May 26, 1 Kings 4, 20 and 21. And it says, the people of Judah and Israel were as numerous as the sand on the seashore, and they were very contented, with plenty to eat and drink. Let's go on and read the next verse too. It says, Solomon ruled over all the kingdoms, from the Euphrates River in the north to the land of the Philistines and the border of Egypt in the south. The conquered people of all those lands sent tribute money to Solomon and continued to serve him throughout his lifetime. Okay, this is one of those moments where, as we're reading through the Bible, that it's a good reminder for us to every once in a while just stop for a second and look at God's story, as far as when reading through God's story that he has recorded for his people, me and you. We can sometimes treat it like disjointed lessons, this is one of my favorite things to do, and I love to do it. I actually did it with my Sunday school class the other week. We're not going to go into as depth as I did with them, but I said, every once in a while, it's time to stop and stop thinking of everything we've read as Sunday school lessons here and there, and as like, how does it all fit together? And I actually do it in a classroom with a thing of Bible history, which is, spoiler, I'll be doing it at a conference. That's what I'm doing. And because my number one thing I get from people who have either are brand new Christians, have just come to the Bible, or grew up in church but haven't read the Bible, so all they know is, I got Abraham, I know Noah, I know David, I have no clue what order anything is and why anything matters. And, or I know nothing about the Bible, and I know David, because I hear a lot of people talking about, I know this guy Paul, but I don't know anything. And I think every once in a while, we need to, so where we are right now, 2 Kings, we're in 2 Kings? No, we're in 1 Kings. 1 Kings is remind us about what we're looking at as not this individual thing about Solomon, but how does Solomon fit into God's plan and God's story that he's telling? We need to pause and connect the dots. So, we need to pause and we need to celebrate what God's doing in this story with this one verse. God has just told us some amazing things. God speaks in Scripture in big ways and in small ways, which is why I tell you, please don't skip through a genealogy. Don't skip through the numbers. Don't skip through the map information. Yesterday's lesson would have shown you, don't skip through the table of nations. There were some very important things in there. Don't skip through those things, because God speaks to us just as much in the black ink as he does in the white space. I had a friend of mine, and she was sharing something she was reading, and they said that, and I was like, wow, that's really good, because the white space is the background upon which God writes the black ink to us. And this white space is the lives lived and everything done. So we're going to pause right now to see the wonder of this verse that we've just read in 1 Kings. And to do that, we need to go back to Genesis. So we are looking at Genesis 22 verses, verse 17. So Genesis 22:17 says this. I will indeed bless you. Now this is the angel of the Lord speaking to Abraham after he stopped the sacrifice of Isaac. And he says, I will indeed bless you and make your offspring as numerous as the stars of the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your offspring will possess the city gates of their enemies. Now that we've read that, let's go back again and look at our verse for today. Or verse is right there. Because it says in 1 Kings 4, 20 and 21, it says, the people in Judah and Israel were as numerous as the sand on the seashore. Isn't that what God promised? God promised that would happen. And they were very contented with plenty of plenty of things to eat and drink. And it says where Solomon has, and it says the conquered people of those people, like the people that were enemies, gave tribute to Israel. Isn't that exactly what God just said was going to happen? Yes, it is. Well, how did all that happen? And I blinked. You just read through every bit of it. You just read how he did it. He alone can make a promise in Genesis 22:17 and bring it to fulfillment in 1 Kings 4:20. He alone can do that. This is the story of God and how he works with his people. And this is how he's worked throughout all time and all history. God has woven together the lives of people, the passage of time, the places on maps, the hearts of kings, and the tears of thousands of his children to bring this moment to fulfillment. Now, if God could do that then, he can do it now. He's the God of everything. He did everything to make that promise happen. Everything. All of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. Now we're in 1 Kings. That's at least 1,000 years of history to bring this to happen. He is God of everything. There were days in all of those books that there were people during the time of the judges who wondered, how can that ever happen, Lord? How can we be peaceful in our land? How can we number the seashore? How can we be as numerous as the people of the seashore, Lord? Everyone around us wants us dead. Everyone's trying to come after us. We have nothing to eat. We have nothing. Don't you think there were people who were on their knees at night crying and saying, God, where are you? How can this happen? But the God that was working in their lives then is the same God that works today. He is God of day. He is God of night. He is God of sorrow. He is God of joy. He will use all things to bring about everything for our good and his glory. Just like he did then. He's doing it now. And we praise his name. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.